Functional grammar. Functional grammar is different from formal or traditional grammar. Functional grammar, look at the first point. Functional grammar is used to describe language in actual use. Look, functional grammar is to describe how language is used in the actual situation, in the real situation. It does not talk about grammatical patterns. It does not talk about the grammatical rules. It talks about how language is used in real situations. Go to the next point. Its focus is on texts and their contexts. Look, functional grammar focuses more upon texts and their contexts. What does it mean is that, look, text is any spoken or written expression. So anything that we speak or anything that you write, every text has its own context and it has its own background. Without context, without background, any text cannot happen, cannot come into birth. So this kind of functional grammar looks upon the text, how it has been created and what effect it has upon the speaker and the writer. That is why its focus is on texts and their contexts. Go to the point number 3. This type of grammar sets a language as a resource for making meaning. Look, this type of grammar looks at language from the perspective of meaning. Somebody has written something, there is a text, there is a paragraph. You may talk about that paragraph grammatically, in a traditional manner, in a formal manner. You can talk about what are the words and the phrases and so on. That's okay. That is the formal way of looking at the text. But the functional way of looking at the text or any written piece is that it looks at its meaning. One text sometimes may have different meanings from different angles, depending upon how you look at. So this is the point here. This type of grammar sets a language as a resource for making meaning. So one text sometimes can have different meanings depending upon how you look at it and how you interpret, and this is the area of functional grammar. Go to the next point number 4. Functional grammar discusses aspects of the circumstances under which people enter into verbal or written communication. Look here, functional grammar also talks about certain aspects, the circumstances in which people enter into verbal or written communication. Look, when I am speaking at the moment, what is making me speak about? What is inspiring me? What is motivating me to speak something? What is helping someone to write something? So the circumstances in which people are forced to speak or forced to write or inspired to speak or inspired to write, those circumstances are very important, and functional grammar look at those circumstances because they are very important. Until you have context, until you have background, until there is something that inspires you and motivates you, you are not going to speak or you are not going to write. So the inspiration that you get in the background to speak or to write something is as important as grammatical items. So the functional grammar looks at these aspects of language. And the last point of this slide, functional grammar as explained by Halliday, 1994, is concerned with meanings. Halliday is a very famous linguist. He has written a very famous book, An Introduction to Functional Grammar. He says functional grammar is basically concerned with meanings from different perspectives. That is why sometimes when you read the holy book of Quran or any book of drama or poetry, any text you pick up, sometimes the same text will have different meanings to different people in different conditions. Why does it happen? How does it happen that the same text could have different meanings to different people? All these aspects of meanings are discussed in the subject matter of functional grammar. We go to the next.